Happy Thursday and welcome back to the You Good Podcast, the podcast where oversharing is encouraged and the thoughts get real. I am your host, C-Rod, joined as always by my co-host, Nick. Don't point. You don't point. Today's episode is about what happens when a space claims to be open, supportive, and inclusive, but that acceptance seems to disappear the second someone does not answer a question the right way. That opens up a bigger conversation about performative inclusivity, pressure, control, and whether people are actually making room for different voices or only building rooms for people who already agree with them. Welcome to episode 58, Inclusive Until You Disagree. Let's get into it.
No, I don't wanna live where I always feel broken. I just wanna live with a heart wide open. I don't ever wanna feel fear anymore. No.
I'm coming in hot today, Nick. I'm coming
Are
in
you
hot today.
wearing NSYNC?
What? I am wearing Backstreet Boys. Okay, first off, don't make me come in hotter than I already am.
Yeah.
Don't make me come in hotter than I already am. I mean, that was unacceptable. I am way too excited for Vegas to see the Backstreet Boys. Only like 21 days away, like 3 weeks
Let's say
ish
a
or
few
so.
weeks, right?
Yeah, just short of 3 weeks. Party time in Vegas.
That's-
There's still room for you to come and change your mind and not be an insincinator.
That is true. Maybe.
You're thinking about it. And that goes out to anybody listening. We have a group of 7 people, maybe 8. If anybody wants to go see the Backstreet Boys, nice
guys
and
got, like,
cheap at the Sphere.
You guys got a bunch of rooms you booked for cheap.
Yeah. All in all, for Callie and I, it's gonna be like $500. That's flights, hotels, and floor tickets at the Sphere.
Wow.
Hell of a deal. That's why we did
Yeah.
it. Everybody's like, "Oh, I can't afford it." I'm like, "That's
500 a
that's
person or total?
total for the both of us."
Oh.
Nice and
Nice.
quick. It's really because we're going in on Wednesday. The show is Thursday. We're flying out Friday, so we're not getting those weekend prices.
Oh yeah. Yeah, in and out.
And even the ticket itself, so people had been buying these same tickets last year and earlier this year for $1,000+ a seat, or well, standing room only GA floor, and we got ours for about 200. It pays, baby.
Yeah.
Pays to be an MGM reward member and a Southwest card holder. Don't go anywhere without it.
Nice. I wish we were sponsored. That was a good.
Oh,
That was a good plug.
You're welcome. I mean, I could do this all day. Chick-fil-A. They save people that almost get their babies taken from their car.
The Lord's chicken.
IHG. Get a card that does more for you. What else do I got up
Nothing
here?
around me.
I don't know. That works. Anyways, you're derailing me. I said I was coming in hot. You're cooling me off. You're cooling me off.
That's what
You're
I'm
not
here
doing your
for,
job.
buddy.
You need to heat me up, right? You need to
That's what I'm here for.
get me going.
Nah.
So Dave and Buster's sends out a promotional message. I'm a big D&B guy, you know.
Yeah. Same.
Get a nice steak in an arcade setting. Can't really beat that. Always sunny. They send out a text message about a promotion coming up. 50 cent wings. And I'm like, can't beat that. Great deal. Most wings are like $2 a piece now. Unbelievable. Hasn't come down since COVID. Ridiculous. And I'm like, oh, 50 cents sounds great. But every time somebody says they have 50-cent wings, what kind of wings do they mean?
Like tiny wings.
Boneless wings is what. So you click into the promotion. It's 50-cent boneless wings or $1 bone-in wings.
Oh.
There is no such thing as a boneless wing. Do you agree or disagree?
Oh. It's. I mean, yeah. it technically isn't a wing. The way I think buffalo wing is a way it's prepared rather than a physical thing. So
There was actually a lawsuit against Buffalo Wild Wings, and the court did rule. They tried to sue them for false advertising, and the court did rule that boneless wings are essentially chicken nuggets, but that an actual reasonable consumer would not be fooled to think that boneless wings come from strictly a chicken wing. But boneless wings are not a thing, and it really pisses me off when people are like, "Oh, we have wings, and here's our wing deal." That's either a chicken nugget or a small chicken tender. It is not a chicken wing. It's not. It's
I
just it's
mean,
not.
yeah, that's fine. Again, I think it's more of a preparation than anything else. I'm not dying on any of those hills. I mean, they're not nuggets. They're not sauce nuggets.
They're not sauced nuggets. Is that what you said?
Yeah. I don't think they're nuggets. I think they're definitely closer to a boneless a chicken wing than a nugget
How?
as far as because it's a preparation thing. It's not a like a buffalo wing isn't a physical thing.
No, nobody said buffalo wing. You said that.
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
what it is.
but a chicken wing is a physical, actual thing.
Yes, I
Yes.
understand that.
Nobody's
But
saying buffalo wing.
when we're talking about though at like a bar food and all that, it's a
No,
buffalo wing. It's not
no.
a chicken wing.
I
It's a
I
buffalo wing.
I, C-Rod, right here having this conversation with you, am talking about a chicken wing and a boneless wing, which is a chicken nugget or a small chicken tender. It is not a chicken wing. It
It's
is
a
not a
chunk of chicken
boneless
breast.
wing. There is no chicken breast. Sure, call it a mini chicken breast. Don't call it a
I
boneless
mean,
wing. It just
it's
it's
I mean
false
that's just
advertising. And get
it's
this
not
shit.
false advertising.
So I go down this rabbit hole, right? And apparently last in 2024 there was somebody who ate a boneless wing and tore a part of their throat because there was a little bone in it. Went to court, lost in court because they said that boneless wing describes a cooking style and it does not guarantee that it is a bone-free product. How crazy is that?
You just proved my whole point.
No.
The boneless wing is a whole preparation. It's how it's made, not anything else. You're taking it like literal, and it's
A
not. And
boneless
that's what I'm
wing
trying to.
is just reprocessed meat. Extra.
No, no,
It's
it's
like the
not. A
bacon of a
boneless
chicken.
Dude, normally a boneless wing is literally a chunk of chicken breast that they flour in the back and deep fry. It's normally what it is.
Chicken breast, but it's not a chicken wing. They are
It's
not
not.
taking deboned chicken wing meat and processing
Nope.
it.
No one's saying yes. That is not. That's not how it is.
All right.
It's a process, not a physical thing.
Fine. Fine.
Just like it's a buffalo chicken sandwich. It's a
Yeah.
process.
No, a chicken sandwich. It's a chicken sandwich. A piece of chicken on a sandwich tossed in buffalo sauce. That is very
So
easy to deconstruct.
Mm,
I'm going to move on. You're not
okay.
making you make a point and then you contradict yourself. So
I didn't contradict myself.
I'm going to move on.
Okay. I'm down.
Is my camera blurry?
I don't think
Mark
so.
that. You're gonna have a lot of editing to do. I'm gonna Pepsi for the people. All right, CM Punk. So before we get into anything heavy, still coming in hot, I have a weekend parental moment story that I wanted to share. where you just kind of go into fight or flight mode and don't really worry about what's happening in real life. So Carter was eating, the kids were eating at the table as they do together. And I had been using the restroom, and Callie was in the room laying down because she had her broken ankle. And it started to sound like Carter was choking, right? We heard, and Callie goes, Carter, are you okay? And he doesn't say anything. She goes, Carter, are you okay? She doesn't see anything. And I hear all of this running from the bathroom. And after 2 times, I'm just like, all right, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't want my kid to die. I don't want my kid to choke. And I pull up my shorts and I walk outside, and he was just making noises. He's smiling, he's looking around. I'm like, dude, don't make those noises. And when your mother says something to you, answer her. This could have all been avoided. Well, I was taking a shit, and when I pulled my shorts up, I hadn't wiped because I just got up to see what was happening. And when I pulled my shorts up, I pulled them up too high, and I got some shit on my pants. It was absolutely disgusting. And I hate being a parent sometimes.
So
Things you got
you're
to do for your
blaming you
kids, even when
shitting
they're
yourself.
not choking and they're just making noises.
Mm. So you shit your pants and you're blaming it on Carter.
I
That's
didn't shit my
real.
pants.
All I
I didn't
heard
shit my
was
pants.
you
Okay,
shit your pants and you're
let's get
blaming
that
it on
straight.
Carter.
I got I got shit on my pants. I did not shit my pants.
Whose shit was it?
Who's what?
Whose shit was it?
Mine.
So you shit your pants.
This is the whole bone in, bone out debate again. Shit in, shit on, not shit in.
Yeah.
Did you ever have any kind of like panic moments like that with Sam when she was growing up, where you just had to go into dad mode and not
Oh,
even?
I'm sure, but not. I mean, not any. Dude, that was 17 years ago.
Oh,
She had a bunch of like around 2. She had a bunch of like trips to the emergency room for her diabetes and stuff.
yeah, but that's real things. That's real things.
Yeah,
I'm talking about like
and
fake
so
things like this.
and that's what I'm saying. They kind of the fake things kind of drown out by the real things.
Yeah,
Like you're only gonna remember shitting yourself, and you're not gonna remember why.
I didn't shit myself.
Yeah, this podcast definitely has you shitting yourself. So
Okay, let me ask you something else then that goes back even a little bit further. So Carter and I are rewatching. Well, I'm rewatching Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. He is Rangers. He's watching it for the first time. Did you watch with Sam? Did you watch Power Rangers as a
oh
kid?
yeah, I watched it as a kid. I don't remember watching it as an adult.
Mm. There are definitely episodes. So we're finishing up the first season, and the last 2 episodes are the most iconic episodes of that season. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
The introduction of the Green Ranger. And during that introduction, he comes in as a villain,
Yeah.
kicks the ass of all the Power Rangers, and then, turns to the good side. But Carter loves the Green Ranger. And I was like, wow, kind of crazy. Like the Green Ranger, White Ranger, both super iconic, even
Yeah,
though
but
they
the
didn't come
green one
later until
yeah, but the
season
green
1.
one's kind of an asshole, right? Like
Well, he was a villain. He's not an
yeah,
asshole when he's a good guy.
yeah. But
Do you remember the Green Ranger being so iconic?
yeah, with the dagger, the piccolo dagger,
Hell yeah.
uh was it T-Rex? Was it like a T-Rex that he had?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then if he couldn't already be iconic enough, he turns into the White Ranger, and it's just he's got
Yeah, with the
Saba and the tiger.
sword
Just
and the saber,
yeah,
saber-tooth tiger.
still iconic. If you have
Yeah.
children, if you have boys, I urge you. It's on Netflix. To go rewatch it with them. He's
Oh,
walking around the house. He's punching and kicking.
neat. Neat.
What?
Neat.
Neat. I thought you said me. Me.
Neat.
Meep. Meep. Meep.
Meat. Meep, meep, meep. No, neat. Like, it's on Netflix. Neat. Had no idea.
Meep. Meep.
Meep. Like the fucking Muppet.
Oh Lord. All right. Well, we're back here. We're back here. We're doing our thing. I think that concludes the banter. Coming in hot. I had a few of those things. Shit story, the bone in, bone out. Let's talk about the iconic Green Ranger. But let's get it started today with our one word mental health check in rotational opener. Would you like to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Was it one word?
One word. We're on episode 58, Nick. You should know the rotation over it. One word.
One word that describes how I'm feeling today or this week.
First
Um,
time here, huh?
yeah. Can,
Long time
um,
listener, first time caller. Did you see
what?
Ryan Reynolds at Comic Con?
Yes,
How cool was that?
the gray, the
But the
gray.
fact that he went out in his denim Deadpool suit on the Comic Con floor and interacted with all the
Yeah, why
fans,
not?
but nobody knew it was him.
Yeah, you're not gonna
Awesome.
know. So
Awesome.
like if you walked around with security and stuff, then you're gonna draw attention. If you just do it, that's
I just
sick.
I just think that's so cool. I just think it's so cool.
Um,
Most
what
celebrities
you
don't do
when
that.
do Walter White did that. Bryan Cranston,
Yeah,
he did that.
but people know who he is. Like you can see that.
Yeah, yeah, but he wore a mask, so he wore a mask of himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay, that's funny then. I'll have to look that up. I didn't see that.
yeah. Um, I guess I mean excited. I guess I'm excited.
Excited.
Yeah.
That's good. What are you excited about?
Just like the future, like what's gonna happen, like just anticipation of like what's to come next.
Good. I love that. I love to hear that. I'm excited that you're excited about your future. My word is
Our future too. It's all
our
everything.
future. Ooh, I'm a part of
It's
this
just
future, big
everything.
boy. Huh? I see what you're doing. All
Jesus.
right. All right. Yeah. Uh,
Manifesting.
no, that's good. I love that. I love that. My word goes in tandem with that is about the future, but just progressing. You know, things are progressing, they're moving forward. I've got a lot accomplished. I've had some very productive days, and everything is just progressing. Yeah, it's not good, it's not bad. There's good and bad, but forward always, always forward.
There you go.
What show is that from?
No idea.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it. I'm not going to dig it into it. Anyways, coming off the coming in hot. Today I wanted to talk about a story that happened in real life, right? I'm going to not use any names or any indication of who these people were, but it's the theme and the topic of what happened in this story because it is about inclusivity, but really what it is about is people what people do, right? When your answer does not match what they have decided was acceptable or what they perceive as supportive. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. So let me frame this to you. I think about, okay, how about this? Think about a time where someone asked for your opinion, but only their answer was the correct answer. Does that make more sense?
Sure. You know, like I understood what you were saying.
Okay. Okay. So I have a friend who was a part of a podcast. They had went onto this podcast after only knowing the person for a week or so, right?
Mm,
And this podcast was geared towards empowerment, wellness, right? This person is opening up a wellness business, and it was kind of like a cross promotion of empowerment and business and promotion. So the podcast goes off without a hitch. They said that they had a great conversation, right? It was a good time. And right before the end of the podcast, the person running this throws out a great question and just says, "What are your thoughts on Free Palestine?" Has nothing to do with what was discussed. The person that was on the podcast was never prepared, right? When we have guests on, we kind of prepare them of what the theme is, what the conversation will be. It's not a script, but it's more of a structure of how this episode will go. We call it an episode guide. And this person does not prepare their guests. Their guests come on blind. They think they're talking about something, and then at the end, this curveball is thrown, a political agenda, if you will, and my person goes, I have no thoughts on Free Palestine right now. I was not prepared to talk about that. It's not something that I want to discuss. They go, oh well, your husband is uh not a US citizen. Like, shouldn't this affect how you feel? And they're like, well, my husband can speak for himself and he's not here. So again, I would not like to talk about this conversation. And
Mhm.
then the person goes, just keeps digging, right? It keeps digging into this, like, why are you not answering? And all of this to say, at the end, my person had reached out and they said, I'm not comfortable with what happened. I wish you would have prepared, me as a guest a little bit more. If you wanted to talk about something like that, I would have, had I known that was going to be the topic of discussion, but we were there for something completely different. And the podcast person writes back, I will not use my platform to share your story or promote your business, because if you can't talk about that on the spot, then it's clearly not a value that you portray. Closes the email with get well soon, blocks my friend on all social media, and says your episode will not be aired. What are your thoughts on that before we go further?
Yeah, like, as far as being blindsided by something political, it's kinda completely, uh, unacceptable, and also then completely like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna promote your business because you can't talk about this subject," is also kind of insane. Um, I don't I don't know. Getting people's opinions on things that they don't know anything about, it's kind of insane to me, so
And that's the other thing, is when the guest did not respond in the way that the host wanted, the episode was canceled, right? The guest was blocked on social media. The host then later posted on Instagram, like, this podcast is only for people who are inclusive of freedom and LGBTQ and free Palestine, and made like a whole list of what you have to be accepted, you know, what you have to accept to be a fan of this podcast. And to me, the conversation is not about political issues, right? I don't care, LGBTQ, free Palestine, whatever. We don't talk politics. We don't talk religion on here. But if one of our guests were to come on here, and we always tell them before, we don't talk politics, we don't talk religion. If for some reason it happens during conversation, I will kind of, moderate how far and deep we get into it. But you have your own opinion, you have your own voice. Say what you feel depending on what the conversation is. And that's the thing, is there's so many people that say that they are inclusive
Mhm.
unless you don't agree with them, and that in itself is contradictory. It's contradictive, what's the right,
Contradictor I mean, what's the next thing?
contradictory to what inclusivity means. And I think that right there is one of the biggest issues that I have kind of with society as a whole, because that host who runs that podcast is not the only person who's like that in this world, and we see that happen
Oh,
all of the time. All of the time.
yeah. No, they're definitely not the only person in the world that thinks that way. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people that think that way.
And there is a big difference between asking a question and setting a trap, because if you're going to do that to this guest, I can't imagine that you haven't done that to other guests that you've had on.
Yeah. No, I think it's more about being right than anything else. I think you're
Mm.
just trying to be right at that point with those type of people.
Do you think it's fair if you and I were to openly discuss religion and politics where our guest with our guests, do you think that it's fair to push somebody into a
Mhm.
political topic when it's not even the reason that they came on? It's not even the
No.
theme of what was being discussed?
No, I think it's I think it's a coward thing to do. I think it's a way to try to get someone in a got me type moment. Um, just not giving them the heads up of like, hey, this is where it might go.
Yeah.
Uh, just hope if that's okay, let's do it. If not, you know, okay, we'll talk about something else. But
The other place that my mind goes is engagement. I just think that if that person was able to use that, episode, they're probably just tagging, free Palestine and this and that because they know that it's going to get into the algorithm
mm,
of a lot of people that probably have a lot of things to say about that topic.
yeah, I mean,
Here's
we
the
don't
thing
talk
is
about that
you and
stuff.
I are we're not experts, right? We're not therapists, we're not even um we don't have degrees in anything that we're talking about, and we know that, and we don't try to push any sort of agenda. And I think that from the start of this, it has just been about conversation, right? Oversharing, putting real life scenarios out there to hopefully what listeners can connect with and understand. Where I feel like there's so many other podcasts out there that try to push an agenda just like this person was, and they only want to air, edit, discuss one side of what they see true. And I think the hard part is understanding, that is freedom of speech and that's why it's a thing. But I also think that that's why half of our society is delusional and crazy, because then there's people out there who agree with this person, like, oh yeah, that's these are my
Uh,
kind of people. Like, you go, queen. That's what we should do. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind.
pack mentality.
Yeah. Is a space truly inclusive then if people are only safe when they agree? What are your thoughts
No,
on that?
no, that's it's not. That's I think that's a lot of the hypocrisy with like a lot of those people because it's like it's only safe if you agree with what I agree. And then if not, I'm allowed to be hostile or I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do. And it's like, that's not how this works. Like, however you treat me is how you're going to be treated. So if you're going to meet me with aggression, you're going to be met with aggression. Like, if,
Mm.
like, that's just how I am. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a lot, there's so many people out there that they do not ask questions to understand you. I believe that they ask questions to sort you into a bucket of their perception.
mhm,
Mm. Yeah.
I can agree to that.
So I mean, it's just that was something that happened to, one of my friends, and it really bothered me. And I was like, I'm sorry that happened to you. Like, that's kind of crazy. Come on my podcast. We'll treat you a lot better than that. And I guarantee we will be talking about free Palestine, and you will be
I mean, we
prepared.
can
Well,
if
we're
they
not going
want
to.
to.
No, we're not going to. No. Anyways, all of that to say that conversation really stems from control. That person is controlling a narrative. That person is controlling their platform. And who comes on and who has a voice and what they say, but they don't really have a voice, and they're controlling a room, right? They're controlling the answer. They're controlling how people are allowed to think. And I guess it gets uncomfortable because some questions in life do not have a clean answer at all, right? There's a lot of questions that they're not one-sided. They're very complicated, and there might not be one true answer. Do you agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah, the gray
stay
life is
focused.
gray, it's not black or white.
So stay focused because this is a great transition, right? I'm working on these transitions. And even though the overall theme is inclusivity, we talk about questions not having answers. And here's a thought that comes to my mind frequently, and I don't know why, and I don't know how I get there sometimes. But have you ever sat down and seriously thought about the end of life?
Huh. Like, my life or everyone's life?
Not just life, not your life, not in a dramatic way, right? Not with anything from your past that we've talked about, not even in a religious or biblical way of what do you believe in, just the question of what happens when this is over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
okay. So
I
so so
I'm
I
like,
I
well, I'm like, without going, like, you like, without being religious and shit. So it's like, you think about that a lot, like, as a Catholic, like, because like it's in a lot of the stuff you do,
what?
like just just dying. Death is a lot of Catholicism. Christ dying, death is a lot to do.
Oh, but I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking about just my life, my end of life.
Well,
Like,
that's
have
what I
you
was
ever
asking.
just
I'm like, our life
yeah,
in general, whose
just in
life?
general. Yeah.
Yeah, think about it a lot.
What are your thoughts on it?
That it's fragile and you should do what you want.
Oh, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, what happens next? Is there something? Is there
No.
nothing?
Yeah.
Do we just go into an eternal sleep and never feel anything again?
Yeah.
Do we become energy? Is there a
Part
fear
of
of
me
nothingness?
part of me, like, would like to believe, like, the science part of me, and then there's the religious part of me, right? So the religious
Okay,
part of me is like, yeah, we go to sleep and we never wake up. However, we in that side of me is like, you wake up in this in a heaven, right?
okay.
Uh, but then the science part of me is like, yeah, no, that just your brain just shuts off like a computer. So think about it like that. Like, if a computer shuts off, what happens? Nothing. It just sits there.
Yeah,
So that's the way I look at it. I was like, it sits there, and then our hard drive goes somewhere else. In that, I I believe, like, that's definitely what happens. I think, I don't know what, definitely, who knows? I just
nobody.
know, like, getting here was just so, the chance of being alive is just so small that whatever happens next is great. Like, uh, I it's probably nothing. Like, my gut says nothing.
Yeah.
But who the hell knows? We could just be a battery for something, and we won't know that either. So,
That's a good point, though. It's not like it's some eternal dream because you can't dream because your brain is how you dream. And when your brain has no function, there is nothing there to push a dream. And I also agree. I do believe you go to sleep and that's it. It is the eternal sleep. But then I start thinking about the other side of the coin of, like you said, the absolute chances of us being here as humans, as specimens over time, and how that became a thing. And maybe we were something in a lifetime before, but we have no recollection of, and maybe we're something in a lifetime after.
Well, that's a whole nother thing. That's like that's reincarnation. If you believe in that stuff, I mean, for me, I think it's like we are something, and my science brain says you can't take it away. Like energy, what is it? It was it. God damn it! I'm having a brain fart right now, but with energy, it's like it just doesn't go away. You know what I mean? It needs to have a force act upon it. So of equal lesser value or equal values to cancel it out, but I just don't see it just disappearing. So it's got to go somewhere, right? And then
Our
like that
energy,
energy,
our
like
soul.
energy essence, call
Yeah.
it whatever you want, but
Okay.
like what makes us has to go somewhere. Because I mean, we're all human, but we're all aren't the same. So
We all have chakra and energy.
just different. Everyone's different. So
At this point in your life, we're probably way too young to fear death, but what is your stance on death? Do you fear death?
fear and death. I have feared death since I was 12 years old.
Really?
Like, oh yeah,
What
oh yeah,
in what
yeah.
way?
Like it's gonna happen, and there's nothing I can do about it. I can just do my best to prepare as far as like be as healthy as possible, like just do the things that I need to do to not die, but it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Since the day we're born, we are we have a shelf life, so it's just that's it. We are an organic organism. Like we will die. So
I think my fear of death, if I can make it, to later on in life into the 70s and 80s, I think I would fear death more in that era or age,
mm,
just because I mean, don't get me wrong, it can happen at any time. But as you get that into that age, it becomes a little bit more possible anytime, any day. And I think that's what would scare me.
I
I think
don't
that's when I would
think
be afraid.
I think that I've been prepared for it for so long that it's just like cool. Like if it happens, it happens.
Mm,
Whenever, great.
yeah.
Just live my like do as much as I can while I'm here, and just you only got one shot at this, so you're gonna fuck up, but make the most out of it. Try
Would
not to
you
make the same fuck ups.
would you approach life in a different way if you knew your death date?
Oh, yeah, and I think that's fucked up. I think I would be probably more reckless with things if I knew, like, s say you know you're gonna die by 55. You don't really at that point, it's like, "Alright, I wouldn't give a shit
Mm.
if I had $100,000 in debt by the time I was 55. So, I'm just gonna do everything I can to live life, have fun, not like recklessly, but like travel, do everything I want to do travel wise, just
I
do
understand.
everything,
Yeah.
but also make sure in my death, nobody's hurting. So, like, whatever debt I rack up is going to be taken care of in a life insurance policy or something like that to where no one is gonna be hurting because of how I chose to live my life.
Yeah.
But I think that would be the only thing that changes. I think it speeds up that timeline to where it's like it's a necessity rather than I can get to it. And I think that's the problem. I think everybody should probably make it a necessity to do those things rather than a I'll get to it because you might not get to it.
And we've talked about that before, just understanding that life could be short and book that trip and do that activity. I just I want to say that I I do not think about death to be dark. Like I didn't want this to be a dark conversation. I just think it's very interesting to me when I think about it because nobody has an answer. The same way I think about space and what else could be out there and how big and infinite this universe is and how small we are compared to everybody else and I think I put death in that same bucket to where there is no information on it and there never will be.
No, yeah. Unless someone comes back.
And that's what I'm saying. Even let's just say a million years from now, somehow we discover other planets and other worlds, and we travel the solar system, and we're able to get answers from that. That will still never be there. There will still never be an answer for death, unless
Like
we
I
make
said,
up some like brain machine.
unless someone comes back,
Well, technically, somebody
and
already came
it's
back, didn't they?
yes, and I would like to see it again, you know? Do it again. If you could do it once, you could do it again. So, do it again.
Pangea is crazy to me. Off topic.
That's why is that crazy to you?
I mean, just think of a whole
One
interconnected world. I don't know.
one giant
Like imagine
landmass that then
imagine the
broke
Grand
off.
Canyon full of water. Uh Imagine 50-foot lizards walking around.
See, that's a whole another thing. I don't think they were lizards, bro. I think it's more believable that a T-Rex's hands and arms are that small because it had wings.
I got these little baby
Like,
hands.
think about like a chicken.
Yeah.
Those things, the chicken wings, chicken arms are tiny, but they have wings.
Boneless
So,
T-Rex boneless T-Rex wings is what you're saying.
dude, maybe. What if they were dragons? Imagine that. Like the T-Rex was a dragon.
It would be cool to see a dragon. What are your what are your thoughts?
Just a theory.
What are your thoughts on the Big Bang Theory and um what is it called when you dig up bones? Archaeology?
But well,
Do
what?
you
Like,
think that the bones are planted there and dinosaurs aren't real? Do you know that that's a
uh,
theory?
I mean, I definitely think dinosaurs were real. I think humans could have definitely evolved from things as well.
Hmm.
Um, but for me, it's like if like everyone's like, "Oh, those two particles were there," and I was like, "Yeah, but who put them there, or what put them there?" You know, like so it's like, all right, like sure, it happened,
I wish I had a
but
scientist friend, like an actual scientist.
yeah,
I don't know if I do. I know that I have a lot of engineering friends, but I don't know if I know anybody that's like an actual scientist. I'd love to pick their brain on what their thoughts on death were. We should somehow find a scientist. Do you know any scientists?
my boss was one of those. He studied like archaeology and stuff.
No, no. I'm talking about
Um,
like a scientist. Not like
like
a
doing what?
I don't know.
Scientists that's
Scientist
studying what?
that thinks
I know
about
biologists. What do you want?
whoever thinks about death. I don't know. I guess I got to research this more. Chalk this up as the free Palestine conversation. I want to talk about this because I don't know enough about it. Um, I'd love to get like a scientist that knows or thinks about death and like a super religious person and have them discuss this topic. That would be cool. There we go. If you're listening and you are a scientist or you know a scientist and you are very biblical or religious or you know somebody that's a religious, let's connect. Let's set that episode up. That's the real questions that people are looking to hear.
Okay.
Oh, I cracked myself up. Maybe part of why death scares us is, watch this one, so much of life comes down to control. We try to control our opinions, right? We try to control our spaces, our homes, just like the conversation that we had at the beginning of this, our kids, our safety. But then there's things that we see online that are out of our control. And when we talk about death, because of social media, in this day and age, we see a lot of death in front of us on camera. It's absolutely wild. I mean, just the other day, I saw the videos of the Seattle shooting, and then I scroll again and I see some dude bashing a gas station clerk in the head with a hammer, and I'm just like, like, yeah, when I was like 12 and I had to sort out E-Bombs World and actively click on this thing to see people be beheaded, like I chose to do that. But when I'm sitting here scrolling my feed and it's like ass, titties, Pokemon, wrestling, some dude bashing a lady in the head with a hammer, I'm like, that I didn't choose to see that. Why is that in front of me? And one thing that keeps popping up in my algorithms, and let me know if this happens to you too, is people drowning. Are you seeing drowning stories like I am?
Nope. Can't say that I am.
Oh my
I
god.
can also tell you that I am not seeing anyone dying. No drownings, shootings, stabbings,
My
um,
algorithm is so fucked up, man, dude.
car accidents,
Yeah, that too. That too. I can't look away. I'm like this.
nothing.
Oh,
Nothing like that, dude. What
really?
the fuck do you watch that is giving you that sort of shit, dude? Like
Man.
all my shit's like golf related content, and it's pretty much it. Maybe like music, but
Wow. Damn. All right. So if we get a scientist here, right, that talks about the algorithm, I'd like to understand more. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'd love to just see other people's, what are they called? For you pages or
oh Jesus, that would be
whatever
good.
it's called. It always intrigues me. Like
Yeah.
when somebody sees when I'm in public and somebody sees like my Instagram page, they're like, that's crazy. Like my page looks nothing like that. My page is so out of control with some of the craziest things I see. And again, a lot of that is drownings. And it's crazy because we live in Florida. We go to the beach a lot. The kids and I are in the pool a lot. And I don't know. I wonder sometimes why so many people are drowning. And is it because they don't know how to swim, or is it because they're so reckless and they don't take heed to currents and riptides and, you know, lakes and oceans?
Well, I mean, the oceans and riptides, I think that is a thing. Most people n- that don't live down here don't experience them, don't know how to escape them. And most of the time, it's just they get exhausted trying to fight it, and that's why they go under. And so it's like, well, no, if you get caught, just let it take you, and then
Okay.
um,
So I'm glad you said that because one of the stories was like a 4-year-old was drowning and 4 adults jumped in to save this kid and they all drowned. And I'm
in
just
the
like,
ocean, or was it like a lake, or like
in this particular instance, I do not remember.
Yeah, it
Uh,
sounds like if it was like a lake or something, it's like you guys probably shouldn't jump in if you can't save yourself. Like that's the first fucking rule, right? Like
yeah.
when the plane's going down, put the shit on you first. You're useless if you can't save yourself.
Well, that's what they say too, is they say when you're trying to save somebody who's drowning, you have to realize that that person can't swim. So they're going to start trying to get on top of you. They're going to push you under, and it's going to be harder for you, to navigate and stay afloat. But for me, I'm just like, why don't these people just float? Then I went to the beach this weekend with one of our past guests, Dimitri, and he tells me this hilarious story about how he can't float and he just sinks. And I go, all right, just lay back like this, put your legs up and don't do anything. And he starts sinking, and I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, I was in um a sensory deprivation chamber, and he's like, even in there, my ass was touching the floor because I was sinking. So I was sitting like this. And I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Like, you can't
That is
float.
nuts. Mm,
And my mind was just kind of
yeah,
mind blown that there's people out there that just sink. Can you float?
yeah, I'm buoyant. I can float. Yeah,
Buoyant. That's a good word, though.
yeah.
I don't know. I think there's
Hit
a difference between knowing how to swim and being safe in water. But for me, I'm just always like, just float. Like, don't drown. Just stop and relax and just float and take a second.
some people can't, like you said, but also it's like some people don't know. It's just a panic thing.
Yeah. Mm.
It's like how long can you hold your breath? I don't know.
I
Have
do know,
zero
only
idea.
because Kinsley makes me have breath holding competitions all the time in the pool. And I can hold my breath for a few minutes. You wouldn't expect that, but I'm a strong swimmer. I can cross the line at Adventure Island in the wave pool.
I don't even know what that means.
The wave pool, they have this line that says if you're not a strong swimmer, don't cross it because you're getting closer to the wave generator.
Oh,
You drown because they can't
oh,
float.
gotcha.
Even with a floaty, people can't float.
That's insane.
The other thing we saw while we were at the beach is crazy to me, and it's starting to pop up all over. I don't know if it's the same out east for you, but out here in St. Pete Beach is everybody's putting up private beach signs. Signs that say signs on a public beach that say this portion of the beach is a private beach from 50 feet out to the water. Do you guys have that problem out in Daytona, New Smyrna? It's insane
No,
to me. It's how do you call a public beach a private beach? Just because and most of it is like hotels, right? Because the hotels on the beach will market your own private beach for guests there. And then they'll just put,
oh,
so now you're walking on the beach and there's all these signage and there's cones and they're just, now you're littering this natural looking beach and all you have is cones and signs and everything here like this part of the beach is private. You can't stand here. Keep walking. Like it's insane to me. That's insane.
yeah. I don't know.
You don't know a lot tonight, but it's okay.
I mean, part no. I mean, I think I know a lot. My problem is I'm on the opinion of it's a private beach, then you stay the fuck off of it. If it's a public beach, then you can't mark it as private. You know what I mean? Like
That's the thing.
if the whole beach is public and the hotel built on a public beach, like they knew they were building on a public beach, then
Yeah.
tough shit.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know.
It's
There's plenty of places that have private beaches. It's like that we developed here. We want our guests here. You can't come here.
Yeah.
It's not we didn't get government assistance, we maintain it all of ourselves, all that shit, yeah, stay the fuck off of it. But, I mean, you don't own the water, so, I mean, if someone was
You don't own the beach.
I
Here,
mean, you
in this specific scenario,
I
you don't
was
own the
like,
beach.
yeah, I mean, in certain scenarios, you do, though. I mean,
Yeah, right. Right, and I agree, but it's just crazy to me. So it would be like, what's that famous, like, bar in New Smyrna that has, like, the pool and everything?
chases.
Chases. So it would be like Chases instead of having beach access, right, and a stairwell that goes down to the beach, they would have cones and flags going from Chases all the way down to water that says, "This is a private beach."
Yeah, that
That's
would've
what
been
they're
fun.
doing out in St. Pete.
Nah.
And all I can think about is how entitled people are, and I feel like now we're starting to hit land entitlement.
Oh, that's been that way
For how long?
for a long last time. Look at people that go fishing. If you go fishing, people like, "Oh, you can't fish this water, it's private." It's like, "Nah, like, that's not how this works." So, like
Mm. Everybody's always just trying to make things bigger than they are, and everybody has to own something. It ruins that. Like, that beach is ruined for me. St. Pete Beach kind of sucks, and it's so expensive. It's $8 an hour to park there, which is crazy.
that's absurd.
They only have one parking lot for the entire beach of St. Pete, one of the most famous beaches in the nation. They have one parking lot that probably holds 200 people. Other than that, it's all hotels, and you have to be at a hotel and stay at a hotel to park your car.
And there's not even a ton of hotels anymore.
No, and a lot of them are shut down. So that's my rant. I mean, that's really what I told you. I came in hot. I've had a lot of things over the last few days that were on my mind that I wanted to rant and vent about, and from the shit story to the podcast thing to people drowning to the question of death. I don't know. That's just kind of where my mind's been lately.
That makes sense.
Well, I guess
Makes
that's it.
sense.
I guess that's it. Do you have any last words?
Um, patience. Just just try to be patient. I don't know. That's all I got.
Okay. Well, this episode went from fake inclusivity to what happens after death to whether Nick and I can float and what he thinks about an own beach. There wasn't a lot, but I think underneath all of it, it's the same thing. People wanting control over things that are bigger or harder or more complicated than we want to admit. And I think that that's kind of where each of these segments kind of tie in. It's just that control factor in many different ways, but ultimately, I think that real inclusivity should be able to survive discomfort. I think that any space should be an open space, and I think that that's where the backbone of this podcast comes from. And not every question has to be answered perfectly the second that it's asked, but some conversations are too big to turn into a quick take or a quick clip. Uh that's just kind of my rant today. Rant over from C Rod.
C-Rod out.
If any part of today's episode hit home, please share it with a friend. Tag us at CrodsPod on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok at CrodsPod. And help us keep these conversations going. We drop new episodes every Thursday. If you have a story, a topic, or you just need a vent, email us at crodspod@gmail.com. We want to hear from you. Our safe space is your outlet. Now, Nick, we did this before we started recording. I want to hear you sing, "You Are
My
fire. There it is.
fire.
Keep going.
My one
There it is.
desire.
Believe.
When I say
I want it that way, baby. Until next time, live fast, eat ass, and stop asking questions you only accept one answer to.
hell yeah.
We're not perfect. Them demons watching, but they will not stop.